Okay, this is the project I've been working on for a couple of weeks total time. I just work on it on the weekends, mainly Sundays, but it's really amusing me, and I'm just using it for practice. Let me turn this on the CTI just to clear it out. I haven't made a button for that. No, power supply. So, briefly, the PSI is for pounds per square inch. And as you can see, it's all working together, pounds per square inch. The seconds timer, the time on the bottom, it's not set. I will explain why later. And the date is not set either. And the cycle counter. Now the cycle counter, I can vary with this, with my generator. And I'll just make brief. I can make it go faster or slower where we were counting. So that was a pretty challenging coding thing because I've been coding this from scratch. Um, so when that they all work together without interfering with each other was quite a pleasure. Um, Back here we have Bluetooth. It's going to send the data to your phone when you push a button. Here's the RTC. Here is the pressure counter, the pressure sensor. See if the light helps a little better. And here are the push buttons that I'm presently working on now. So there's two buttons like this button here is to clear the PSI. It's a little bouncy because there's air flowing here, and it's very sensitive. It's not in PSI at the moment. It's only like in grams because the sensor is the little tiny sensor where the whole hose goes to 5 psi. So I have it in grams, so I can use it. And then the other button, there's one white one there to clear the thing. The other white one gets me into the menu. Everything is going to be menu driven. Now, I push this button to come back. The buttons haven't been coded yet. Like I say, only on Sundays I work this a few hours, so it's going to cut total time in like a couple of weeks. Um, so let me show you the PSI. I'm going to blow in the little holes, and the PSI should there. The cycle counter shouldn't be interrupted. The seconds should keep counting. Get it up to 3,000 and it comes back down. But I'll show you. It's so sensitive, right? If I just squeeze the tube, I'll get a reading. I'm going to squeeze it now. See, it went like to 1,000 and give it a blast. 400. Just squeezing the tube. Unfortunately, you can't see everything at the same time. So I'm going to squeeze it. 300. Just to squeeze. So it's pretty sensitive for pressure, for air pressure. Now, what I want to show you is the buttons. The buttons really is the second part, most important part. The pressure sensor was, because there's so little information and to code the program was really quite a challenge. There's little information. Finally, they had something on an Arduino for code, and I borrowed that, and I translated to 8051 code. It was quite an excursion. I'm going to turn this off. If I can do it with one hand, I got to pop this chip out, which is the program for what you just saw. And I'm going to put the menu chip. I coded the menu. I'm working in little blocks, and then I stitch them together. So hopefully I didn't bend a pin or anything on the way in. there's what the menu is going to look like. Now I have to add for the Bluetooth. I want to push a button and send the average data, like for a couple of weeks or days or whatever I decide on making it, to my cell phone. So, I can get an average of how the system's been working, whatever. Of course, it was only a few paragraphs description on the engineer website, and I took it up just to practice. And but anyhow, let me show you how it works. This is the bottom button. I got 5 buttons in my button board. The center one is the enter button. The bottom one is the down button. On the bottom left is my counter. I put it out there because when I was designing it, it got a little bit confusing because I have to clear the counter. I have to clear the arrow cursor as I progress. So now this is my second one. As you see the arrow, then I'm going to shoot over to the alarm, and then PSI, and then later tonight I'll lay it out so I can add Bluetooth function. Then when I press enter, I will be able to go into the, setting the time function, setting the day, set the alarm, set the PSI, and exit. Exit will bring me out to the menu. I think if I press enter now, it's just gonna make a mess. Oh, enter is not programmed yet. So that's about it. It's almost complete. I've had a very pleasant time. Anyhow, these are some of my added skills for this. This is becoming something I like more than troubleshooting and repairing things. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Over and out. Night.